In our journey thus far, we have reclaimed our power over reality and over time itself. We have accepted that our consciousness is the only cause and that our assumptions, if persisted in, must harden into fact. But what happens when our desires involve other people? The difficult boss, the distant lover, the uncooperative family member. They seem so separate, so independent, with their own stubborn will. They appear as the final great obstacle, the one piece of this puzzle that seems to operate outside of our control. They are the exception to the rule, are they not? The world tells you that you must accept the reality of others, that you are powerless to change them. But I ask you to consider a radical, almost unthinkable possibility. What if they are not the exception at all? What if their behavior, their attitude, their very role in your life's drama is just as subject to your inner power as everything else? Today, we will explore the deepest and most controversial of all the psychological laws, the secret to mastering every human relationship you will ever have. To understand this secret, you must first accept a profound premise. This life is a dream, not a meaningless, chaotic dream, but a controlled waking dream. And you, your consciousness, is the one and only dreamer. Think for a moment about your dreams at night. In those dreams, you may encounter a vast cast of characters, friends, family, terrifying villains, complete strangers. You interact with them, you speak to them, they evoke powerful emotions within you. But upon waking, you realize a startling truth. Who were they really? Who was that friend who betrayed you? Who was that stranger who helped you? They were all yourself. Every single character in your nightly dream is a projection, a symbolic fragment of your own mind. They have no will of their own, independent of you, the dreamer. They perfectly play the parts that you have unconsciously assigned to them based on your fears, desires, and assumptions of that day. Now I tell you a great mystery. Your waking life operates under the very same law. The only difference is that this waking dream is more coherent, more stable, and appears to be governed by the laws of three-dimensional space and linear time. But the creative principle remains the same. Every single person in your world is you pushed out. Your boss, your spouse, your children, the clerk at the store. They are all divine actors on the stage of your reality, and you are the sole author and director of the play. They are physical embodiments of the assumptions, beliefs, and conversations you hold internally about them. They are showing you by their behavior who you assume them to be. They are not separate. They are a mirror reflecting back to you a piece of yourself. This is the truth behind the statement, everyone is you pushed out. Once you accept that you are the sole author of your life's drama, you must also accept the immense power and responsibility that comes with it. You are constantly assigning roles to the actors in your play. You are handing them their scripts. You do this not through your outer actions, but through your inner assumptions and imaginal conversations. Let us be practical. Consider a strained relationship with a specific person in your life. Perhaps you feel they are critical of you. Your current inner scripture then reads, "He always finds fault with me. He never sees my value." Every time you anticipate a conversation with him, you internally rehearse an argument. Every time you think of him, you feel a sense of defensiveness. This inner activity is a form of prayer, a dark prayer. You are faithfully instructing that person on how to behave towards you. You are pushing him out as a critical figure, and he, as a loyal actor in your dream, must play the part you have so consistently imagined for him. He has no other choice. To change the actor, you do not confront him on the stage of the world. That is a battle between two shadows. The work is done entirely within you. in the director's chair of your own imagination. You must rewrite the script. Tonight, in the state akin to sleep, you will hold an entirely new loving conversation with this person in your imagination. Do not see it as a fantasy. See it as a revision of reality. Hear his voice, not as critical, but as warm and supportive. Hear him say the words you long to hear. Perhaps I was wrong. You've done a fantastic job. Or I truly appreciate you. As you listen to his new dialogue, feel the corresponding emotion in yourself. Feel the relief. Feel the warmth of reconciliation. Feel the joy of being understood and appreciated. You'll loop this new loving scene over and over until it feels completely natural and real. When you do this successfully, you have handed the actor a new scripture. You have changed your assumption of him. And because he is only yourself pushed out, he is now compelled to conform to the new role you have assigned him. The change is always within yourself. This law that you change others by changing your conception of them may seem too good to be true, but I have proven it time and time again in the laboratory of my own life. Let me share a simple yet powerful story. For a time, I lived in a building managed by a landlady who seemed to take pleasure in being difficult. She was stern, critical, and our interactions were always filled with tension. By my own law, I knew that her behavior was simply a reflection of the role I had assigned her, the role of the difficult landlady. So I decided to rewrite her script. For several nights, as I drifted off to sleep, I conducted a new scene in my imagination. I imagined her standing before me, and I felt a deep sense of gratitude for her kindness and fairness. I heard myself say to her, "Thank you. You are so kind." And I felt the sincerity in my words. I saw her smile back, a genuine warm smile. I looped this scene of mutual appreciation and kindness until it felt more real than any of our past negative encounters. I fell asleep feeling that she was a truly wonderful and kind woman. What happened? The very next day, I met her on the stairs. Instead of her usual stern expression, she greeted me with the exact warm smile I had constructed in my imagination. Her entire demeanor had changed. From that day forward, our every interaction was harmonious and pleasant. I did not speak a word to her in the outer world to change her. I simply revised the character she played within my own mind, and she faithfully conformed to her new role. She had no choice. This is not a modern psychological trick. This is the esoteric meaning behind the most famous ethical teaching ever given to man, the Golden Rule. You have been taught to interpret it as a moral code for social conduct. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But I tell you, it is not about outer actions. It is a creative instruction. It is the very law of life. What you do unto others in your own imagination, that is what they will do unto you in the outer world. If you mentally condemn someone, you are decreeing that they will condemn you. If you internally celebrate someone's success, you are setting the stage for your own success to be celebrated. If you imagine a loving conversation with someone, you are commanding them to express that love back to you. You cannot harbor a negative assumption about another and expect a positive reaction from them. The world is a perfect mirror. It cannot reflect an image other than the one you are holding within. The Golden Rule is not a suggestion for being nice. It is the instruction manual for creating your reality. And so we arrive at a staggering realization, a truth so profound it can be unsettling. If everyone in your world is simply a reflection of your own consciousness, then there is no one to blame and no one to praise but yourself. You can no longer find comfort in pointing the finger at an external cause for your misfortunes. The critical boss, the neglectful partner, the untrustworthy friend. They were not the cause of your sorrow. They were the messengers, the actors faithfully delivering the lines that you yourself had written. But in this great responsibility lies your ultimate freedom. You are no longer a victim in the drama of your life. You are its sole author, director, and central star. The power to transform every relationship, every interaction, every circumstance rests entirely within you, in your own wonderful human imagination. The world is a sea of infinite potential, waiting to take the shape of the vessel of your assumption. You now possess the keys to the kingdom. You understand that your consciousness is the only reality, that your assumptions create your world, that time is an illusion you can command, and that all people are but expressions of yourself. There is only one final step in this grand education. Now that you have learned how to ascend to the state of your wish fulfilled, to feel yourself to be the person you want to be, the final and greatest challenge presents itself. How do you stay there? How do you maintain this new elevated state of consciousness when the storms of doubt and the evidence of your senses threaten to pull you back down into your old reality? To achieve this, you must master the final great discipline. You must learn how to remain faithful. And that will be the pinnacle of our study in our fifth and final lesson. Before we conclude our fourth lesson, I leave you with this mandate as the director of your own divine play. Choose one person, one relationship in your life that you desire to transform. Do not try to change them in the outer world. Tonight, enter the director's chair of your imagination. Rewrite their scripture. Imagine for them a nobler part to play. See them as you wish them to be, as loving, as supportive, as successful. Feel the reality of this new conception of them. Then drop it and watch as they begin to conform to the new role you have assigned. If this profound law of everyone is you pushed out has granted you a newfound sense of freedom and responsibility, share what this means to you in the space below. Your insight may be the key that unlocks another's understanding. And if you feel this message holds the power to change relationships, do not keep it to yourself. Share this understanding with those who are ready to stop being actors in another's play and become the star of their own. To ensure you are present for the final crowning lesson of our series, simply signal your intention to return. Remember always, you are not living in a world. You are living out the world that lives in you. Now, let us go into the silence